Here.
Commissioner Lewis is out this evening. Commissioner Richmond?
Here.
Commissioner Wilkinson?
Present.
For our invocation tonight, I'd like to invite Isaac McNary up to lead us in invocation. If you'd come up to the podium, please.
All right, let's pray. Lord, we thank you for the beautiful weather and this beautiful city that we live in. We ask that you bless this meeting and continue to bless this town with growth and opportunities and fun new things to do and fun new ways to do them. In your son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Would everyone please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so it doesn't look like we have any proclamations or recognitions tonight. So move on to personal appearances. Personal appearances are opportunities for organizations or citizens to make special presentations before the City Commission. Such appearances are scheduled in advance of the meeting by calling City Clerk Tabitha Sharp at 316-321-9100 by 5 o'clock p.m. the Tuesday preceding the meeting. Presentations are limited to 10 minutes, and any presentations for information purposes only, and no action will be taken. And first on the agenda for personal appearances is Isaac McNary with the Outreach Program. If you could please come up.
I'm going to bring a guest with me as well. All right, this is Lane Butler, who was the president out at New Manna. He's going to start, and then I'll wrap up.
Okay, so we just want to say, first off, thank you for helping us in the process of the merger with the outreach program out of Iowa, which Isaac has been working for remotely from El Dorado. And so we appreciate that opportunity to be able to make that transfer of the land.
Could you scoot over to the middle? There you go. There's a camera right there.
Oh, yeah, good, yeah. So we do want to say thank you for the city approving that land transfer. As was stated then, that the missions of both of the organizations are very much aligned, helping feed the hungry in different places around the world as well as locally. And we're excited about the opportunity with the outreach program with some of the new meals that they have, which are very appropriate for the local market. And I'm going to let Isaac take it from there.
Yep. So some of you may or may not know, but I actually worked for New Manna many, many years ago, back in 2010, 2011, 2012. And so being able to, bring our organizations back together has been fantastic. The Outreach Program is an international nonprofit based out of Union, Iowa, which is about the size of Potwin around here. It's a very small little town, but we also have a warehouse space in Des Moines. And over the past 20 or so years, the outreach program has been a part of packaging over 800 million meals. We've done a lot, and then we also do a lot over in Tanzania, East Africa, where we got started. So we're really excited about the opportunity to grow more in Kansas with the help of our new partners out at New Manna. I think the merging of these organizations and having New Manna come into the outreach program is going to present a lot of opportunities for the city of El Dorado. One thing I wanted to highlight was the variety of meals that we offer. So I'll pass these around and let you guys take a look at them. Get back in front of the camera. In 2012, we decided that as much as we love working on international hunger issues, we also wanted to do something for the people that are hungry here in America as well. And so we started working with Iowa State University's Nutrition Science Department to develop meals that are nutritious and delicious. Those were the two qualifications. So we add extra protein to all of our meals, the same as the international meals. So we have soy protein. In addition, we also have the vitamins, 21 different vitamins and minerals in there. And the most important thing is that they are all very tasty. I've tried all of our meals and they taste fantastic. And so we distribute about 95% of our meals here in the United States, and the other 5% go to our work over in Tanzania, East Africa. So we're excited to be here. We're excited to grow. And not too much is going to change out there in the immediate future. The staffing is going to stay the same, with the addition of me having an office out there now, which is, I've worked from home for the last 10 years, so it's a bit of a change, but that's okay. If you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them, and if not, thank you.
You're leaving these for us to try, correct?
I can leave all but I can't leave the oatmeal. I can get you more oatmeal, but unfortunately that is a sample bag. One of the things that we do, since we keep meals here in the United States, is we have rigorous food safety standards. And one of the things that we do is keep a control sample, 2 control samples from every packaging event that we do in the event that we need to do a recall.
You can have your oatmeal back.
Okay. But I can leave the mac and cheese
Mac
and the
cheese
tomato
and the
basil.
Basil,
Yeah.
yes.
For
So
sure.
I've got a quick question. I was busy
Yeah.
throwing the bags around. So with the merger, the 2 companies getting together, are you expecting a significant growth in the amount of packaging events and opportunities domestically?
Yes, I believe so, and I think we're going to start to see a lot of more volunteer opportunities out at the current the former Numana properties. So we'll be able to continue to use that land. But yes, we see one of the reasons that the outreach program has grown so much over the last 20 years is because of our domestic meals. There's a lot of people here in the United States that want to help locally, and so having that as a new option in the area, I think, is going to be very helpful.
Now, way back when Numana first started here in town,
Yeah.
you would have packaging events. I remember one at the high school.
Yeah.
At Circle. Do you still do things like that?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. The outreach program, so when Numana got started back in 2008, we actually consulted with the outreach program on the meal packaging process. We bought all of our equipment and all of our ingredients from the outreach program. So that initial run in 2010 with the earthquake down in Haiti, when Numana did 20 million meals in the first 6 months of real operation, all of that was done in collaboration with the outreach program. So it's not too much of a stretch for us to come back together.
You still use the big gong?
Yes, we
Yep.
do. Yeah.
Okay.
It's set up out in the packaging facilities that we have out there now. So you can come out and give it a hit anytime you want to.
Been there, done that, thank you.
Good.
You guys had an outstanding interview on the radio the other day, I heard. It was
Yes.
really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, thank you. Glad you heard that.
Awesome.
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate what you're doing. And,
Yeah.
and there's so many things that happen in El Dorado that make an impact all over the world, and this is one of them, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great.
All right. Thank you. Well, I'll grab my oatmeal
you.
back, and you guys can have the rest. And if you guys ever want, please come out and stop by and say hi. See what we're up to.
We'll do it. Thanks. We have another personal appearance tonight from the El Dorado Municipal Band. So come on up.
Good evening. I'm Marlene Avery, 219 Hillcrest, El Dorado. I'm the current president of the El Dorado Municipal Band, and this is our 101st consecutive season. And that is testament to our leaders here in our community. And we so appreciate all of you and your support from the city and from our mayor and our council. I just wanted to, I'm just short and sweet tonight. Our first practice is the 25th of May at 7:30 in the Fine Arts Building at Butler, which is the 700th building. Anyone who has completed the 8th grade and above, plays a wind instrument or percussion is more than welcome to come out and join us. Our officers for this year are Anita Sibley is our vice president, Barbara Templin is our treasurer, Sandy Derry is our secretary. Our at-large members are Wanda Kelly, Charles Davis, and Cherokee Manning. Our directors are John Templin, he directs 6 concerts during the season, and Brett Martinez directs 3, and Kelly, not Davidson, whoops. What is his last name? Middleton, I'm sorry, Kelly Middleton. It's a good thing I have backup here. He directs generally our last concert of the season. Our first concert this year is June 1st, and it's basically every Thursday after that. On 14th, we will have the Flag Day celebration. That one will be at 7 o'clock. All the other concerts are at 7:30 at Forest Park at 9th and Taylor. Our Ice Cream Social Memorial Concert is on the 22nd, and then our bake sale is on the 13th of July. And we invite you all out to come out and join us for all of these events. It's kind of amazing to watch the people sitting on their front porches to watch, or sitting in their cars along the road to listen. I also had one other quick comment about, I had seen about the improvements to Forest Park, which I'm really excited about. However, it showed that there was a decorative fence that was like right behind the seats that are there, in between the seats and the trees there, and which would kind of cut off our access to the pavilion there, which we use during Flag Day and the ice cream social and the bake sale. And a lot of our people who like to come out like to bring either a blanket or their lawn chairs and sit underneath the trees, because it's kind of pretty sunny yet, to sit on the seats there. So kind of had a little bit of a concern about that. So if it would be possible to speak to someone before those improvements are made, we would really appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, I would encourage you to get ahold of David and talk to
Okay.
the team and just kind of better understand what the plans are for down there.
Right, okay, yeah.
sure.
I appreciate that. I wasn't sure who to speak with. So anyway, we invite y'all out. Like I said, it starts June 1st, 7:30 at Forest Park, and we'd love to see y'all.
Well, I'm super excited for the next season to start. I really have enjoyed the Thursday nights down there since I moved to town when I was in high school, and lived in that neighborhood, and go back down there as often as I can to get to be a part of that. And it's I think it's pretty awesome that you guys are in your 101st year. Last year we thought it was pretty awesome that you were in your 100th year, and we're still trucking. And so this is great, and I think it's one of the many great things about El Dorado. It's, you know, you guys, it's a tradition. It's families, generations have been able to be part of this. And so thanks to all of you. It's all a volunteer group, and thanks to all of you for doing what you do. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. We appreciate the opportunity to be able to do that. Okay, any other questions? Or?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too. So move on to public comments. Persons who wish to address the city commission regarding items that are not on the agenda and that are under the jurisdiction of the city commission may do so when called upon. Comments on personnel matters and matters pending in court are not permitted. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes. And any presentations for information purposes only, and no action will be taken. Do we have anyone here who would like to make public comment? Seeing that there are none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. On tonight's consent agenda, we're considering the approval of city commission meeting minutes from March 20th, 2023, and April 3rd, 2023, and city commission work session minutes from March 29th, 2023. And we're considering the annual street maintenance program bid approval. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I move we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. There's no old business. We'll move on to agenda item number 11 and new business, KDOT project agreement for resurfacing project on North Main Street, 6th Avenue to McCollum Road.
Yes, Mayor and Commission, city was fortunately selected for a C-CLIP grant. These are funds that are awarded to communities for maintaining the state highway within our jurisdiction. The city was awarded $400,000 for this project, which would be North Main, as the mayor described, from 6th Avenue to McCollum Road. We are in the process of hopefully fast tracking this to get it out to bid and completed by the summer. If KDOT can move along with us at a fast pace.
You ready for a motion?
I am ready for a motion.
I move to authorize the mayor to execute for and on behalf of the city of El Dorado agreement number 54-23 between the city and the Kansas Department of Transportation.
Second.
Motion and second. Is there any further discussion or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 12, request for special use permit at 1750 Ryan Court for a privacy fence exception.
Yes, Mayor and Commission, this is for the property located as described, 1750 Ryan Court. In their rear yard, they're requesting to install an 8-foot fence. The Planning Commission did hold a public hearing on March 23rd to consider this request and voted 9-0 to recommend approval to you all. There was no one at the public hearing that spoke either for or against. The applicant spoke. And we did not hear from anyone else by any other means.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I move to approve an ordinance for case number 23-03-SUP, requesting a special use permit for an 8-foot fence at 1750 Ryan Court.
I'll second the motion.
Motion is second. Are there any questions or further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We don't have any discussion items on the agenda, so we'll move into City Commission and Advisory Board updates, and we will start with you, Commissioner Wilkinson.
Parks and Rec meets this Wednesday, and Main Street does not meet till the end of the month.
Commissioner Leachman?
Are we going to have another meeting before we get a director, you think, for the Experience El Dorado? Going to meet in May? Okay. So, not until May.
Okay.
We haven't had a library board meeting. It's next Monday, but they still have their book and bake sale at the end of this month. Music trivia is also this month, if you're interested.
Awesome. We haven't had an EFABC meeting. I did sit in on an El Dorado Inc. Advisory Board meeting Thursday. Great stuff going on there. So one thing that I wanted to kind of highlight for the commission is Sarah Hefkin, who's our Inc. director, had a chance to attend a site selectors, the National Site Selectors Conference, which is where the site selectors go, and those are the ones that kind of pick where, or the go-to authorities for where they need to, these companies need to relocate. Sounded like a great experience there. Got to go up on stage and be recognized on stage in front of all the site selectors. Got her information out to all of the key site selectors for that we may be dealing with in the future. So I think that was a really good opportunity. They, as always, have a lot of stuff going on down there, but it looks like there's going to be some more opportunities maybe to present and represent El Dorado and El Dorado Inc. at some conference in Kansas, upcoming conference, I think, in Kansas City, and some international conference. So there's some opportunities really to continue getting our name out there, and be able to get in front of those groups that are looking to locate their businesses. So I think great work going on down there. City managers report.
Yeah, there is a lot of things going on. So the K254 Corridor Association met on Friday. The big news coming out of that is that KDOT has issued a notice to proceed for the K254 Corridor Management Study that the city of El Dorado, as several other local government entities, are participating in. Tabala County, Sedgwick County, Bel Air, basically all the cities and counties along the 254 corridor between El Dorado and Wichita. So that's getting started. Garver is the consultant that will be working on that study, which is good that the study is starting, because KDOT and the KTA are about to wrap up the K254 I-135, the Turnpike Boyer Road highway study that also started about a year or so ago, about this time as well. So we've got that study about to be finished. We've got the K254 corridor study coming on. And in addition to that, we interviewed 3 consulting firms to do our very own transportation study as well. So there's a lot of studying going on in terms of transportation. And I think the primary reason for that is kind of what Mayor Young indicated as far as El Dorado Inc. We've been getting a lot of activity with respect to large industrial projects. And that's gotten the attention of the Department of Commerce and several other state agencies. And so the more that we get attention, the more that these agencies are like, yeah, we probably need to look at this, we have a plan when those decisions come down the pike, no pun intended. So everyone within the region is kind of looking at these opportunities. I'm here all day. So that we can kind of get a good grasp of what improvements need to be made to our transportation system to accommodate not only existing traffic and make those systems flow more efficiently, but then if we get a large employer, say a company that's going to employ 500 or even up to 2,000 people, we need to kind of know what that's going to do to our system and what improvements we need to make to accommodate that. So these studies are very timely, and hopefully when they're done, we'll have some real good information to then build our capital improvement plan on and begin making the improvements that we can do now to get ready for those investments in the future. We recently went out for turf replacement bids at McDonald Stadium. 5 companies submitted bids. The low bid was $203,302. Although the low bid in this case may not necessarily be the bid that's selected because there's a number of alternates and add-ons that we will be assessing and looking at before we make a recommendation to the commission with respect to the turf replacement. But the important thing to note is that we received 5 bids, or bids from 5 companies rather, and that we're currently looking at those bids and we'll be making a recommendation to you all very soon. So progress is being made on that front. Also with respect to our Beltfield Improvement Program, the city met with Conco Construction the other day to begin putting together a plan for the East Park and Central Park restroom concession facilities, as well as the Butler Community College softball locker room complex, or not complex, but building. So hopefully the next meeting, May 1st, we will have their agreement with Conco Construction for you all to approve so we can get ready to go on that and get that moving as far as that project goes. The Sales Tax Committee has been meeting. They conducted their second meeting, and presently they are considering the duration of sales tax, as well as looking at the formula to determine if they want to make any recommended changes to that. It appears that the committee is looking at a continuous sales tax as opposed to renewing it for 5 years, although they've yet to make a final recommendation on any of that. I mentioned that. So there's 2 items now. We have spring coming. The first item is our dump truck program. Public Works starts the annual dump truck program in April. And so for a modest $15, you too can rent a dump truck between Monday and Thursday, and Public Works will pick it up the next morning, so you can fill it with all the things that you want, and they will take it away at no extra charge. There are, of course, some exceptions, and that means no tires, no demolition materials, no refrigerant or items that take refrigerant, such as refrigerators, and no hazardous materials. But anything that's not in those categories, load up in the truck, and Public Works will gladly take that off of your hands, no extra charges. And the other thing that we related that we'd like to mention is the spring cleanup. This year we're going to do a slightly different change to our spring cleanup program. Instead of going door to door and picking up as people placing the curb, or creating a centralized location for everyone to bring their items to, we're going to try to do a different mechanism with spring cleanup this year. And that is that people will be able to come to either City Hall or Public Works, pick up 2 tickets, and those 2 tickets will get them 2 free trips to Butler County Landfill. Of course, subject to the landfill's regulations. So of course, if you take tires, you may have to pay the tire fee or any other fee they may have with respect to materials, but if it's anything other than those things, it'll be on the house, so to speak. So, that's all I have for now. If anyone's got any questions, I'll take those.
I don't have any questions. I did forget one thing in my update, and I told you guys I was going to try and mention this probably about every meeting coming up, but, you know, baseball season, summer's coming. The Walnuts baseball team is getting geared up. I think their report date is a little over a month from now. You'll start seeing players roll into town. Games start in June. They're still looking for some host families. If you know anyone that's interested in hosting a couple of kids, baseball boys for this summer. It's one of my favorite times of the year. El Dorado's got a very rich baseball history, and it's I think it's a joy and a privilege to get to continue having baseball in our historic McDonald Stadium, and so I'm looking forward to it. And I would encourage anyone to go out to the El Dorado Walnuts Facebook page or the Kansas Collegiate Baseball League Facebook page to get more details. But getting excited, baseball will be here soon. College and high school ball's being played. There's some Little League ball being played. And all kinds of stuff happening. So it's very exciting. I see that we don't have an executive session, so I'd consider a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
Second?
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thanks, everyone.
David, do you remember offhand when that game was over in Wichita? That they were talking about having?
Great baseball game.